Yo, it's Joe and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be checking out Legend of Vox Machina Season 2 Table to Screen Kaylie. I don't know exactly what this is going to entail. I'm thinking that it's going to be like when we first meet Kaylie to the big reveal, right? And that is what I really try to see. This is another one by TP Burrow. The links to the to this video is in the description. Make sure you check it out if you haven't already. Give him some support. And yeah, without further ado, let's see what this bad boy's about. Grip it and make the bald man cry. What a beautiful song.
Kaylie, who is following you, Scanlon, with a bottle of wine and 2 glasses.
Oh my.
Oh dear.
Let's go.
As you all go to your various rooms, Kaylie pulls out the chair and the table in the far end of the bedroom, sits down and begins to pour glasses of wine and sits across.
Oh, it's the moment. This is the moment. Oh, this is what I wanted.
Conversations about.
What do you say?
Conversation. You guys have drinks and begin various conversations about. She's that good of a flute player. So she asks you about your history and kind of your travels and how you met Dr. Dranzel and everything.
I tell her all the best parts and leave out the naughty bits.
Nice.
Interesting tale.
Kingslayer,
Right, I
leader
remember.
of a rebellion, you know.
So you've said a number of times. Hey. She kind of drinks a little bit more of the wine, sits it down. I guess I should tell you a bit about myself then.
Yes, please. I'm fascinated.
Well, I,
Please tell me about
I grew
yourself.
up in Kaylie,
Please.
mostly, before moving to Westerun to train at the College of the White Duke. Finest of the bards he was.
Yes.
My mum gave all her savings to put me up there. Now, I only joined the troop about 6 months back. It was my 3rd year at the Duke's when the good doctor came through, and well, I seized the opportunity. Now, to be perfectly honest up front, I've already heard a bit about your tale of Shorthold.
Oh, she
The
sure
Charm of the
has.
Pauper Prince, your rendition of Summer's Sunder at the cliffs of Dagger Bay. I've been hoping our paths would cross.
And then I disguised us all as cows. I know, brilliant, right?
Tell me,
Lock that
Simon
shit.
Shortall,
Yeah.
how did you, of
Oh,
all
yeah.
people, find yourself overthrowing tyrants and
Let's
slaying
go.
dragons?
Well, I'm flattered and...
Hey, bro, Scanlon was getting
you have
straight
quite
to it,
talent
bro.
for,
He was
quite a
getting
lot of
straight
talent for
to
just,
it.
Having played with the troupe for 6 months, I was impressed back there.
Thank you very much.
Also not opposed to being called daddy if the mood suits. Huh?
I've been wanting to do this for a while now.
Bro.
You know, I've heard most of these stories. My mother, Sybil.
Who?
For $1, you could have seen this early and gotten these other perks too. So become a member for just $1 is worth it.
Sybil, a fine gnomish lass.
Yep,
Some years
everybody's like, no, look at... Travis is like, nah. Everybody else is getting it. Travis is like, no fucking way.
My mother, Sybil.
Who?
Sybil, a fine gnomish lass. She was some years ago with a
Travis's
She
face.
came across a smooth silver-tongued flautist who blew through like the wind and disappeared.
No shit.
Took her innocence for the promise, then vanished just as suddenly.
Yo, I didn't even notice. Hold on. I gotta see Ashley's whole reaction. Hold on a minute.
Sybil. Most of these stories.
For a while now.
You know, I've heard most of these stories. My mother, Sybil.
Who?
Sybil, a fine gnomish lass. She was some years ago with a She came across a smooth silver-tongued flautist.
Ashley's like,
yeah! And disappeared. Took her innocence with a promise, then vanished just as suddenly. Left her a child to raise on the income of a quilter, she did. Now, growing up, I hear tale and tale of your musical feats, as my mother took on a third job to support us. A few bad harvests just south of Silvercut. Being the only tiny female fair folk in such a rural town means being preyed upon, so I learned to use a blade quickly. And to wield my charm just as viciously. Seems that
Damn, bro, she was really out there fending for herself. Scanlan's a piece of shit. That's crazy. And in the show, he doesn't even like know. He's like, oh, I never forget her. You know, we had so much time together, and she talk about how they'd have the, you know, their fun time together, right, and all that stuff, and how he could never forget her, and she was like the one that got away, this and that, right? Kaylie's like, bitch, that's not my mom.
Being preyed upon, so I learned to use a blade quickly.
Yeah.
And to wield my charm just as viciously. Seems that runs in the family, eh?
Hey.
Practiced. I stole. Lied about my age and eventually paid my way into the Duke's College so I can find you.
Bro, she had to do all that.
At this point, you see her stand up, and she begins to draw a small blade from her side.
Dr. Dranzel spun many a tale about you, Scanlan Shorthalt.
Yeah, I mean, that's not surprising. That guy seemed like a bit of a fanboy.
But most of his stories I'd already heard from my mother.
Huh. You must make her quite proud? Yeah.
Aye, she would be proud.
Her face is hardened and still as she stares at you. You see a slight tremble in her hand. This day.
Bro, imagine. For those of you who are on, like, you know, the kinkier side, right? You like, just like Scanlan, y'all about to get straight. You think vibes are immaculate right now. Y'all about to get straight to it, right? You getting tied up. You're like, oh, this is right up my alley. Loving this, right? Souped. But then you realize, oh shit, I'm about to die. That's a crazy 180. That's a crazy 180, bro. That's fucked up. Hey, but Scanlan's fucked up. She was very smart to play that way.
You see a slight.
It's a little weird. I don't know if I could commit to the act all that well. I'm gonna be honest. If I was Kaylie, I don't know if I could do it. It's a little weird, but she did it. Hey. Growing up, she had to fend for herself and for her family or her mother or whatever, survive the best she could. So this ain't nothing.
Her face is hardened and still.
Actually, who's to say she hasn't done this before to random people to rob them for their money? You know what I'm saying? Hey, shit happens. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Not saying I condone it. I'm just saying, push comes to shove, survival mode kicks in. It's either me or you, and she's a small lady, and yeah, I get it. She's fending for herself. That's crazy, though. That's crazy. The hypothetical is crazy.
Oh my god!
Her face is hardened and still as she stares at you. You see a slight tremble in her hand. This day, Scanlan Shorthalt, I beat you at your own song.
You definitely did.
Now I come to take your dignity.
Like father, like daughter.
Take
I'll
up
say
the
that.
sword.
First of all, Kaylie, it's so wonderful to meet you.
Don't try it.
I was about to say the same shit. Like, bro, if you don't knock it the fuck off.
It's so wonderful.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Don't try it on me.
No.
No, please hear me out, please. It's so great to meet you. Just hear me out. Don't stab anything just yet. Hold on.
Wonderful to meet you.
Don't try it on me.
No. Listen, I have my faults, for sure, but I didn't know that you existed. I would have come to visit. I would have come to meet you. How can you fault me for something that I did not know about?
Do you even remember, Sybil?
I mean, Could you describe her a little more detail?
Oh shit!
Yikes.
Proud I'm finally meeting
That's
the
a big
silver-tongued
yikes.
devil who whispered empty promises in her ear, then disappeared, leaving her with nothing but a song and me.
Wait! I'm Daddy?
You sure are.
Really, a lot of
Bro, you know the meme? It's what is it? There's one where it's like limitless, where it's the fucking equations, and he's just like thinking of everything in his head, like every little possibility. The other meme, it's like with the lady, she's got like blonde hair, and it's the same thing, and she's like, that's Scanlan right now, just trying to think of anything he could say to get his way out of this, and there's nothing you can say, brother. Nothing you could say.
really
Especially your dumbass, there's nothing you could say. You're fucking up royally.
handsy sort of. I mean, I think I remember her quite well, and she was a wonderful person. And
Yeah,
you
okay, so
should
he does
be
say this.
honored to have such a wonderful person as your parent, and not someone like me, because I was a scoundrel. You're right.
You're fucking it up.
A scoundrel.
I have been in past moments in my life a scoundrel.
Do you even realize you nearly invited your daughter up to sleep with you?
Wild.
I mean, I
You
feel
don't
like
care.
I wouldn't have let it go that far.
Come on, bro.
You have no boundaries. You take what you like and you keep walking on. You trick folk. Now draw your blade.
I don't want to fight you, if that's what you're insinuating.
Oh, so they had a...
Listen, I know
Okay,
that
so this moment here in the campaign seems like it wasn't as funny. Because adding the whole context of having him tied up is crazy. But if he was tied up here, he wouldn't be able to draw a blade. So this is more of like an even-handed. She's like, yeah, I brought you up here. Draw your blade, because this ain't that type of party, bro. I'm your daughter, and I came to fuck you up, but I'm not gonna fight you without you drawing your blade, but I'm gonna kill you. So draw your blade or die. Which one is it?
I've made mistakes in my life. I've admitted as much before, and I don't know why I'm this way. I must need to do a lot of soul searching to come up with an answer, but there is a woman who I love very dearly and who I would do anything for, and I'm trying to be a better person. I haven't been to a whorehouse in months. That's a
Good for
big
you,
step
brother.
for me.
Honestly, that's a huge step for him. Credit where it's due. That's a huge step.
Big step. I know that.
For a
sounds
guy that has his
crazy.
eyes on anything that moves and is lusting after anything with a pulse.
I've tried to be a better person. If you're here to fight me, I'm afraid you're going to be terribly disappointed, because I will just let you kill me if that's what it takes. I didn't know you existed, and my heart is breaking 100 times now for not knowing it. Every year that you've been alive is a year I could have been a better person and known someone who could have made me a better person, and I'm only sorry that I didn't know it. If there's anything I can do for you from now on, if you are truly my blood, I will.
He's affecting an accent here. And I don't know, has he had this the whole time, like in the campaign? Did he have an accent for Scanlan? Or is he just affecting it right now because it's just a stressful moment and he's just not catching it?
If there's anything I can do for you from now on, if you are truly my blood, I will. Because among my many faults, ego is certainly one of them, and knowing you're part of me makes me love you even more.
That's crazy, bro.
Make a persuasion check.
That's
With advantage
crazy.
for that speech.
With advantage,
I love myself so much. How could I not love you? All right? My ego's through the roof. You were part of me? Bring it in. Family hug.
Advantage. It won't matter.
With advantage for that speech.
Persuasion?
with advantage.
It won't matter.
Oh.
You're telling me that I...
You came up here to sleep with your daughter.
No, I mean, No, I feel like I wouldn't have let it get that far.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. I had no idea you existed. But look, now that I
There's the speech. Oh boy. Let me get into my thoughts. This is crazy. So that was my reaction to the video. If you made it this far, please leave a like. Maybe consider subscribing. If you've been watching a few of my videos already, you might as well. But other than that, I'm going to get into my thoughts. If you're interested in that, stay tuned. If not, I'll catch you in the next one. Here we go. This was like the most wild moment in the whole show, bro. Aside from the whole, the fuck was the dragon's name? But when Scanlan and Vax made their way into the dragon, this was the other most wild moment in the whole fucking show. Okay, so if you guys haven't seen my stuff, if you're a new subscriber, I have reacted to every single episode of each season. It's on my channel, it's in playlists, and there's a supercut of the whole season, like my reactions, like long ass videos basically, where I edit all my reactions together in a long ass video, or like I said, you can watch it in playlists, whatever. Check it out and look at my reaction at that scene, because I was flabbergasted. I mean, just like everybody else in this moment that was sitting there, I was flabbergasted. I was like, there's no fucking way. And it's wild, but it's par for the course for Scanlan. Like, nobody's shocked. Like as soon as Matt started kind of like breaking it down and saying who she was, everybody was immediately like, oh shit, like yeah, like he really would though. And like it's just crazy. And then the whole time he's just trying to talk his way out of it. Like that was just such a crazy moment. I wonder how much of it was improv. It was all improv, so it was just funny trying to see like Sam/Scanlan's talk his way out of it, you know. And like I said, like to hear like the shit that Kaylie had to go through, because I don't know if all of that was really said in the show. I know that she talked about how like she struggled in the show, but like in that moment when they were at the table, I felt like it was a little more descriptive. And yeah, man, she went through some shit. Scanlan was a piece of shit, huh? I mean, but granted, like, here's the thing, right? He had no idea. So how much fault could we really how much fault could we really give the man? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's a tricky situation. Do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Do you think Scanlan is the type of person that if he did know, that he would have actually tried to be there for her and help her out? Do you think that Scanlan is blissfully ignorant of the fact that there could be a whole bunch of little Kaylies running around that he has no idea about? I don't think so, man. I want to give him more credit than that, but then again, for him, it's like a fun time where he doesn't even think about the consequences. He's just lustful. As for me, I think that I don't know. I think he would have been there. Now, would he have shown like a bunch of presents in the person's life? Probably. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Wait a minute. Damn, he might not have. I mean, just look at his actions when it comes to like Pike in the show, because I don't know anything about campaign 1 other than what the show has shown, but if we're looking at his behavior between like Pike and like even at the end of season 2, right, when they're having that final battle against the dragon, he's about to like run away and shit, like, so he is kind of cowardly. And Kaylie's words were something that he was thinking about in that moment, like, you only think about yourself. And Pike's words of like being insincere and being selfish and not taking anything too seriously. Yeah. Now, the more that I'm thinking about it, I think I don't really think that he would have done much. At least at that point in his life, if he would have known, because even throughout like the time of the show that we see Scanlan, he's shown character development and like a little bit of character growth. It's like fucking baby steps, but we see it, right? But I think that like the Scanlan from whatever time period that he had Kaylie at, I don't think he'd have been there. I think even if he would have known, he'd have been like, man, shit happens. Not my problem. I got shit to do. People to seduce. He would have been like peace and just left and been one of those. So yeah, man, that's tough. That's tough. It's like at present day Sam in the show, or present day Scanlan in the show, is I think a different person, slightly, for the better, but still for the better, and slightly better than he was back then. I think that we're gonna see him in this upcoming season. I'm guessing, don't tell me if you do know, but I'm thinking he's gonna like really step up. I mean, he showed at the final episode, when it's all said and done, when push comes to shove, he came through for his people. And I think that at the end of the day, the current Scanlan that we have will do his best to atone and at least be there as much as he can for Kaylie. So I don't know, but that was like a wild moment. Everybody's reaction was priceless. Sam's reaction was priceless, and just the way he was trying to talk his way through it and shit, like it was great. It was crazy. Matt is wild for making that a thing. Because I'm judging by Sam's reaction when Matt was breaking it down. This is not something that was discussed. Like, how like each character has their lore, from what I understand and from what I've seen of the campaigns. That's not something that was discussed. That was a curveball that Matt threw in there, which is bravo to Matt. That dude is goated for like thinking of all these different things. Great DM, great GM, great storyteller. Great. Just shit was just great. So anyways, those are my thoughts, guys. Leave your thoughts down below. And if you like this, check out more of my stuff. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night. Stay safe. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one, man. This was great. Love this. And like I said, support TP Burrow. All right. Check out this video. It's in the description. If you haven't seen it already, they do a great job. Okay. Peace.